Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ultimus. Another fitness vlog for you. We're gonna shift places here in a bit because this is gonna be a little bit different style of vlog than we normally do. Please do forgive the lighting. I'm still trying to situate things more or less. I mean, there's really nothing I can do about the lights because I got the one over there. That's like just kind of it is where it is, and that's kind of the best place for that lamp as well. So at least there is light. I'm titling this video and kind of what I'm hoping I can get on board and keep a schedule with for. It's gonna be Motivation Mondays. You all seen the hashtag, you know the stereotype, the cheesy tongue-in-cheek name we give for all things fitness. Motivation Mondays, you know, Transformation Tuesdays, you know, whatever, Flashback Fridays, all that good stuff. Flex Friday, I guess. So I want to try to capitalize that and on that, I should say, and make fitness vlogs that go in tune with those days for whichever day I'm able to get a fitness vlog out. And so today for this vlog, what I'm going to be doing is going over some equipment with you guys. For those of you who don't know, there are a few of you on here that are personal family and friends that I know that kind of know where I'm coming from on this. But for those of you who don't, a good portion of my fitness history and background comes from about 2 years of doing only and exclusively at-home workouts. I did, sorry, I got something on my glasses and it's bothering me. I think it's whatever I cooked last. Anyways, what I was saying was basically pretty much exclusively doing the P90X and doing stuff like that, and I would incorporate other things into my fitness routines, but basically everything I did was at home. I lost all the weight that I lost at home doing at-home fitness. I never once touched a gym for a lot of different reasons. The main two I should say really was I completely felt out of place. I had what they call gym intimidation for a good reason. And that was mostly on my part, not on anyone else's part. That's just me and kind of my personality, and I had no idea what was going on, what to do, so I was like, I'm not going over there, are you kidding me? But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. And the second was because I just had no money. I couldn't afford a gym membership, at least as an extra monthly expense every month. Because I don't know where you guys live, but we really don't have too many smaller gyms in the area. So it's pretty much the LA Fitnesses and the 24-hour Fitnesses. Those get expensive. It's only fairly recently that we've had a couple of the smaller clubs move into the area. But it doesn't really matter to me now because where I'm at my townhome and apartment complex, they've got a gym on the premises. And yeah, that's the thing. So I don't need it anymore. But it's just kind of cool. But before I ramble too much, basically what we're going to be doing in this vlog is I'm going to be going over some of the equipment that I used in my 2 years at home, getting in shape, losing over 100 pounds, and just making it happen. I got tired of excuses. I got tired of waiting around for the stars to align and stuff to happen. I just decided to get up and do it. And I acquired this equipment slowly over time. And one of the nice things about that is it's a one-time fee. Obviously, you're paying for the stuff once and that's it. Then it's yours to keep unless you need to replace it, as opposed to the monthly recurring fee. Which probably will lead me to do another vlog one time, balancing out the pros and cons of going to a gym and getting a gym membership or at-home fitness, which is right for you. Might be kind of fun. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to step back and you're going to kind of see my torso and all that good stuff. I'm going to go over some equipment, some stuff that I found to be extremely helpful, as well as possibly make some suggestions to you guys of equipment that you can use to make it happen. All right, let's do it. So first thing I'm going to suggest to you guys that is extremely useful, and I do recommend everybody have one, whether you're into yoga or not, is a yoga mat. Yoga mats are a godsend because whether or not you're working out on carpet or if you have a tile floor, hardwood floor, you're putting a lot of pressure on your tailbone, you're putting a lot of pressure on your lower back, and so having a yoga mat is going to be a godsend for you. It's going to be helping set you up so you have a little bit more comfort and ease to kind of situate yourself. Now, I do a decent amount of yoga. I do about 2 or 3 yoga sessions a week. I like the way it feels. I like the way it helps my body recover kind of from heavy lifting sessions and things like that. It's a de-stressor. Sometimes it's nice just to have to wake up in the morning and just do some yoga instead of other things. But I also use this for my ab routines. Now, not everything I do for abs is on my tailbone. But what ended up happening was a couple years ago, I ended up with a pretty gnarly injury, which I won't go into detail on for your guys' sake because it's actually friggin' disgusting. But what ended up happening is now I've got a bunch of scar tissue on my tailbone. What that means is it is extremely difficult for me, and it causes me a lot of pain and discomfort to do any traditional ab routine, crunches, anything like that. So having something like this is one of the most useful things I've ever had in my life. Even doing it on carpet. Just the tension and the pressure from the floor underneath to my tailbone was just a bit much, and my form suffered, and I was really not able to do it. And there was one time I actually ended up straining my abs, one of my core muscles in there, simply because my form was off and I was having to compensate for, favoring that particular body part, but the scar tissue on my tailbone. Now, these come in different sizes and thicknesses, and what I will show you here is this one. If you can see on the camera, it's a pretty thick mat. These really aren't too expensive if you go to the right place. If you go to, say, a Target or a Walmart, you might pay 12 to 20 bucks for one, which is okay, but I got this one for 9 bucks at a Ross. I don't know if you guys are familiar with a Ross, if they have them where you live at in your part of the country, if you're out of the United States, but it's basically a higher end kind of thrift shop, more or less. It's a lot of outdated and older trendy things that other department stores couldn't sell, and so the store gets them, and I was able to pick one of these bad boys up for 9 bucks. And this thing is great, it's durable, it's nice and thick, so it provides a good amount of cushion between me and the floor. So whether I'm doing yoga, whether I'm doing my stretching routines or my yoga stuff, this is great because it helps relieve the pressure and tension on my wrists, my tailbones, etc. It gives a good, nice, cushiony surface for that. Another example of another yoga mat, if you're not looking for something so thick, because the downside to being so thick is you can be a little bit trickier to hold your balance. And so what you might be looking for is a little bit thinner of a yoga mat. So as you can see with this one, it's a little bit thinner. By a little bit, I mean a lot thinner, comparatively speaking, but it still does the job, and it's still going to help relieve that pressure and that tension between your wrists, your tailbone, anything like that. If nothing else, it's going to help you prevent getting carpet burns and rug burns on your knees, your legs, your feet, your hands, whatever's going on. I just really like it. Another perk to having a yoga mat is, say you don't need it, and you're totally fine working out on the hard tile floor, your hardwood floor, or your carpet, you're not really worried about all that. It keeps the sweat from dripping off you into your carpet, so then you don't have to clean your carpet every couple months. Just throwing that out there. Next on our list of things that I think are must-haves to have in your home is a pull-up bar. Now, the beautiful thing about this bad boy is, again, you can pick these up for about 20 or so bucks. I got this one actually given to me as a gift before I was even heavily into fitness. I got this when I was doing one of my attempts at losing weight that I got 2 months into and then fell off the bandwagon because Christmas and Thanksgiving happened, and you all know how that goes. But this was given to me as a gift, and they're about $20, $30, I think, at a Bed Bath & Beyond. You can check their website, places like that. You'll be able to find one. I'm sure you can even find these on Amazon, stuff like that. But the reason these are so great, because ironically, here's the kicker, the plot twist, I don't use these for pull-ups. The beautiful thing about this is a great push-up stand. Why push-up stand? If you're doing at-home fitness, chances are you don't have a bench, or else you'd just be at the gym. So you're going to be doing a buttload of push-ups, which are great. Push-ups are one of the best and most underrated exercises you can do for your chest. Even though I'm in the gym every day of the week now, I still incorporate push-ups into what I'm doing. And if I'm doing it in my home, I'm using this bad boy. What this does is this is going to provide some of the same comfort the yoga mat's going to do, and that is you have something to grip on, so your wrists aren't going to be as tender. It's not going to put as much pressure on your wrists as opposed to doing a traditional push-up where you're pressing down on your hand. So for this bad boy, what you're going to be able to do is you're going to actually be able to use this to resist, to put less pressure on your wrists. Another thing it's good for, and the reason I personally like it, is it adds more depth to your push-up. You're going to have to go farther down to get that fuller depth, and you're going to be able to kind of touch the top of the bar with your chest and things like that, so you can get more range of motion, which equals more tension. You're going to stretch that muscle out more, which means more muscle growth. It's a beautiful thing. Never once used it for pull-ups, but basically latches into your door frame, and you can use it for pull-ups in that regard, but I've never needed to use it for that because these bad boys. These are a set of bands, fitness bands. There's all sorts of different brands for these. This one in particular, I believe, is one by the name of Go Fit. Yep. Cool. Make sure I got that brand right. I picked this up at a local sporting goods store called Big Five. Again, I don't know if you guys have those where you're at, but something relatively similar. I'm sure you can find this at even Amazon. Beautiful thing about this is it comes in a cool bag. Comes with the DVD, but I didn't use it because I already knew what I was using it for, so it was like, alright, cool, whatever. But with this one, it's kind of cool because it comes with this nice little knob, elbow, whatever it is. It's basically, it's a hard piece of probably some type of plastic in there, I would imagine. But you basically put that in your door frame, in between the door jamb, like kind of where the crack of the corner of the door closes and stuff like that. You put that in there, shut the door, and it locks it in place. Just make sure people don't open the door when you're doing them. That locks it in place, and what you're able to do with this then is, which is really nice, is you're able to simulate pull-ups with these. So you're still able to get the pulling motion that you want for pull-ups, but you have these. These are great if you don't quite have the strength for pull-ups, which was where I was at, or if you're simply too heavy. If you're just too heavy for it, or you're worried about using the push-up stand or pull-up bar like we showed earlier, if you're worried about putting that in your door jamb and just being too heavy, older houses, wood is old, it's gonna fall apart, stuff like that. You're just not sure, you're confident with it. Or again, you're like me, when I started, I was 300 pounds, there was no way. Stuff like this was great because I could still simulate the motion. Those muscles were still getting exercise, they were still getting worked out, they were still getting that tension that they needed, but I wasn't at risk of hurting myself in that sense. And the beautiful thing about these, again, it's really nice. I'm gonna pull up to the camera here. See if I can do this without making too much of a fool of myself. Is this, at least for my particular one that I have, is it's got that clip on there. So if you want less weight, you can just pull these off. And there it is. The cool thing about the bands as well is you can increase the tension or decrease the tension simply by reducing or increasing the resistance, which is really cool. The tension on those bands, you can basically make it depending on how short or long the distance is between you and those bands. You can up or decrease the tension depending on where you're at. Let's say you get in the middle of your set and you're realizing you probably bit off more than you can chew. Let's reduce the tension a little bit because I still want a solid set, and I know I got some more sets to get through, so I don't want to burn myself out. These things are great. Another thing these are great for is because they don't also only help simulate pull-ups, but you can also use them in place of dumbbells. And again, these aren't the only brand out there. There are other brands, there are other great brands out there, but these are the ones I use. They've never ripped on me. I like that the material that is on the actual handles themselves is very comfortable. This is a full threaded handle, so it's not going to tear. Everything right here is really great quality. I've been using these for over a year now, and I've had nothing but success with them, I find. And then of course you have your standard weights. You got a 10-pound weight here for me and a 25-pound weight as well. Weights can get a little expensive. I'm sure you know that. If you've looked at them, you know, because again, you're being charged by the pound and they get kind of pricey. The cheapest place I found them was Walmart, but even then they were still expensive. You're paying, I think I calculated it out at the time I was looking at them, you'd be paying about 85 cents to 90 cents per pound at Walmart for your weight. Is basically what I was looking at. At some places I looked at, you would have been paying $1.25 or more for a pound. So I said, forget that. I actually got the 25-pounder on sale when the local Target was shifting out brands, and those were on sale for $9 a pop. So I picked up 2 of those. And those 10-pound weights, I've had around my house for forever, so I just kind of use them. So yeah, those are just some of the things that I use that I found to be extremely helpful and useful, great tools to have, and they're easy to store. They don't take up a lot of space. The biggest thing was that pull-up bar that stands up on its side and it sits in the corner and it doesn't take up any space. It's pretty great. You can put it under your desk, under your bed, in the corner, whatever it is. And it's just great. Plus the yoga mat, hey, you get a yoga mat, you can take it camping with you and it doubles as a little mattress if you didn't bring an air mattress. Boom, look at that. Multi-purposing, it's great. But yeah, so these are some of the things I use on a regular basis that help either get me in shape, keep me in shape, or prep me to kind of moving on towards the gym now where I'm obviously lifting heavier things and I'm taking advantage of that equipment. But these are some of my favorite things to keep at home. And there's other equipment you can use as well. You've got exercise balls, you've got the yoga balls, you've got all sorts of great resources and tools out there, especially if you take advantage of sales. You can save yourself a ton of money and you don't ever have to leave your home, which can be great. And a lot of times that's the big deciding factor for a lot of people is, if I can just do it at home, why would I go anywhere else? But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this wasn't too scatterbrained and weird. I'm still not sure what to do with all this fitness stuff. I just know I want to do it. And so my best inclination is to go for it and then figure out my formula from there. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was helpful to you guys. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section and I will get back to them as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.